What do you think about the space theories? When you say space theories, what do you mean by that? Honestly, any of them. I mean, it depends on what you're referring to. I will say though that one thought exercise that I really enjoy um, playing around with is the Fermi paradox. Are you familiar with the Fermi paradox? Like we're the only living. Yeah, this is getting to the Fermi paradox. So it's really interesting because if you say, okay, we've got life on a planet is 1 out of 1 billion odds, right? 1 out of 1 billion odds. Well, there's hundreds of billions of stars in this galaxy, and each star has multiple planets. There's hundreds and hundreds of billions of planets. Um, and a lot of these systems are much older than ours. The um, like our solar system is relatively young. So if it's a 1 out of 1 billion odds of life forming on a planet, and there's hundreds of billions of planets, then there should be hundreds of worlds much older than ours that bore life. Um, where is it? Where are they? Where's this life? Where's evidence of any of this life? That's the paradox. So the Fermi paradox discusses what could be the reason for that, and a lot of them, and it's all just a thought exercise. There's really no evidence for any of these. This is just all just potential answers to the paradox, and they get very interesting. One of them being, and a lot of them comes down to like us being the only intelligent uh, beings, the only intelligent life. Um, like the Great Filter. Yeah, exactly. That's ultimately what this is. Is you have things like the Great Filter where um, there is a point where yeah. So we've got let's say there's a kind of a glass ceiling, right? And you and let's say true space flight and colonization is just simply not possible. Maybe that's not possible. Or uh, maybe we're already past that filter. Maybe the idea of being intelligent is something that needs just the right conditions, and no other creature ever reaches that point, has ever reached that point. Um, or at least this level of intelligence. Like, not to say that other creatures are stupid, but to reach a point where we can actually communicate with words and use our hands. Something else that I have thought about that I've not seen as a common answer to it: the opposable thumb. The opposable thumb combined with our intellect. Because you could have potentially other creatures. Maybe another creature on another planet developed a level of intelligence where you can have creativity and music and words and all that stuff. But and it's like, okay, you have ideas for things, but how are you going to build it? See, you could have great ideas, but if you don't have the physical capability of building it, if you don't have the ability to manipulate it, you can't make the things. Like space flight is not possible when you can't even uh construct, a Lego block or something. So maybe the opposable thumb is the filter, things like that. And that's actually one that I came up with. I've not seen that as a common, and I've read through all the common Fermi paradox answers, and I didn't see opposable thumb as being an explanation for that. So, what if the intelligent creature that formed on another planet was a dolphin-like creature? It's like, okay, we know dolphins are pretty smart, but dolphins ain't gonna build a spacecraft. Dolphins aren't gonna do any space exploration. They can't physically do it. It's not even a question of intelligence. So you need the opposable thumb and the knowledge to use it. An octopus is very intelligent. Yeah, an octopus is super intelligent. Now, but an octopus is not going to be able to swing a hammer. So that's the thing is, they may be super intelligent, and even if they developed, complex thought and ability to speak, that'd be really awesome for them. But they're not doing any of the stuff we're doing because they just physically can't. So that's that's really a big one to me. Um, because all of our theories, all of our expectations of intelligent life, alien life, ancient alien life, and space probes, and all that stuff is heavily dependent on not just the intelligence to know what to do, but physically able to do it. So that could very well be the great filter. An octopus using a hammer is funny to think about. But yeah, I mean that's I mean there may be intelligent life out there, and they just can't get off the ground because they can't build anything that'll do it. At least, that's my answer to the Fermi paradox. The great filter is the opposable thumb.